and welcome back to my channel. Create AYESHA. First I give a motivation code. Hope you guys like this code. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. It is probably the most mysterious, strange and unimaginable island on earth, lost in the vast water of the Pacific Ocean. It strings the imagination with its monumental statues that have stood there for centuries like eternal guardians. Well, it stood for until the end of our earth, of a mysterious past when the first European ship to visit, captained by Dutch explorer Jacob Rahaven, arrived on the island on Easter Sunday. 5 April 1722, so it was named Easter Island, and the European travelers set foot in shores that discovered hundreds and hundreds of these stone giants. Some are as tall as 7-story building and weigh almost 100 tons. That is Easter Island. Today we are going to find out where did these giant multi-ton statues on the island come from, who is behind the creation, and what is the real mystery of Easter Island, which is little talked about the real mystery of Easter Island. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It will help me to more content like this. Rapa Nui, which is the name given to Easter Island by its first inhabitants, is the territory of Chile and is situated in the southern Pacific Ocean, and it is so far that you can easily consider it is the one of the most distant places on the world's map. It lies 1,200 miles away from Pitcairn, which is closest neighbor. Chile itself is 2,300 miles away to the west. The only transport that can take you there is the plane. If you want to get to this destination point, you will need to spend 5 hours on board, flying from Santiago, Chile to Easter Island. The area of the island is just 63 square miles, and such tiny territory is home to 887 huge stone statues. Most statues were carved from the material called tuff, which is in fact compressed volcanic ash. Curiously, all the statues except one group face inland. It means their backs are turned to the ocean. Perhaps the reason there is a unique statue on the island. It is the only statue which was found in a kneeling position. Its name is Kutri. Scientists believe that the statue depicts an ancient singer. Its position resembles the one people took at the festival of Rui. The head of the statue is lifted quite high, and you can even notice a beard. The Kutri looks much more human-like than the other statue. Its smaller size and the unusual material the statue is made of red puna stone are the things that make it stand out among the rest. People keep wondering how the statues of such huge weight have been distributed all over the island. What is more, when Europeans first arrived on the island in 1722, they found a small local population just between 1.5 and 3,000 people. How could it connection with the hundreds of statues on the island? Surely there had been numerous theories about how the statues had been moved. One of the most popular one, among mysterious, was the belief that the statues had been created and moved by aliens. But even if you like this theory, we are sorry to debunk it. The statues were built originated from the island itself. The birthplace of the most of the material was a exist volcano situated in the northeast of Easter Island and not another planet. The mystery surrounding the way Rapa Nui people could move the statues challenged the researchers, not letting them back off in the 80s. Some of them decided to recreate a statue and check the possibility of moving it around. They were to use only the tools that could be available for the Aborigines. It seemed impossible to do, but a bit later, an American archaeologist succeeded in moving a 10-ton copy. Several decades passed, and another group of American scientists proved that the islanders could tie rope and circling the huge statue and move them with a walking motion. They backed up the theory with the practice moving a full-size replica for 330 feet using this method. Actually, the idea can explain why Rapa Nui folk all states that the statues were walking with the help of magic. It explains the way the statues were transported to the designated places, but what about the remaining question? How could a handful of inhabitants create such a magnificent and numerous monument? New study has been conducted recently to specify the maximum number of the inhabitants in the heyday of the island civilization. The result arrived and they were quite unexpected. It turns out that as many as 17,500 people could comfortably leave the island. At least 90% of the land could be covered with the field of sweet potatoes that used to be the main source of food for the population. What is more, the islanders consumed quite a lot of seafood and fish. You can see this number of people enough to create the stone masterpiece. But what happened to them? Why did they disappear? First of all, Rapa Nui inhabitants seem to be very talented agriculture engineers that deliberately fertilize the field with a volcanic rock. Another research has shown that people had been living on the island for many centuries and the population only started to decrease. When Europeans began visiting, so much more realistic explanation is also very tragic. South American raids in the pursuit of slaves frequented the island throughout the 19th century. Half of the Aborigines were taken away. What is more, European trader brought to the island new diseases, which the locals had it be protected from, and introducing forced migration it lead to the fatal decline of the nation that presented the world with such a miracle as the mystery of Easter Island. If you like this video, just subscribe, like, share. Bye everyone.